The disco ball spins, the lights scatter across the floor, and there he is. A young man in a white suit, walking the Brooklyn streets with a paint can in hand. It's 1977, and Saturday Night Fever has just arrived. This wasn't just a mood. It was an explosion, a cultural heartbeat that defined an era. For some, it was music. For others, it was identity. But for everyone, it was unforgettable. With the Bee Gees soaring in the background, the film gave us Tony Manero and his World, a story of youth, dreams, and restless nights. And behind these characters stood real people. Actors whose lives stretched far beyond the disco floor. Now, nearly half a century later, we look back at those faces, we see where their journeys took them, the triumphs, the heartbreaks, and the quiet years that followed. Let us step once more into the light of the dance floor, beginning with the man who carried the film on his shoulders, John Travolta. John Travolta, Tony Manero. He walked with swagger. He danced with fire. At just 23 years old, John Travolta became a global icon through Tony Manero. His strut, his style, his raw energy, all etched forever in the memory of cinema. After Saturday Night Fever came Grease, another cultural storm. But Hollywood is never a straight road. By the 1980s, Travolta's career stumbled, only to rise again with Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction in 1994, a comeback few in Hollywood could ever dream of. Off-screen, his life carried both joy and tragedy. He found love with actress Kelly Preston, and together they raised a family. But her passing in 2020 marked one of the deepest sorrows of his life. Today at 71, Travolta remains a symbol of resilience, still acting, still dancing occasionally, still remembered as the young man in that unforgettable white suit. His strength echoes quietly through the decades. And alongside Tony on the dance floor stood a partner who demanded more than just dance steps. She demanded a vision of the future. Stephanie Mangano, Karen Lynn Gorney. Stephanie Mangano. Karen Lynn Gorney was 32 when she stepped into the shoes of Stephanie. Older than Travolta, she carried a grace, an elegance, and a maturity that made her role unforgettable. She wasn't just a dance partner. She was the reminder that life was bigger than disco, bigger than Brooklyn. After Saturday Night Fever, Gorney didn't chase Hollywood stardom the way others did. She returned to her first love, theater, and embraced a quieter, artistic journey. She painted, she wrote poetry, and she performed on stage, far from the flashbulbs. Now, at 80, she appears at fan conventions, often with warmth and humor, recalling those whirlwind days of 1977. She is proud, yet distant, as if Stephanie was just one chapter in a much larger story. And from Stephanie's ambition, we shift to Tony's troubled friend, Bobby C., brought to life with heartbreaking intensity by Barry Miller. Barry Miller, he was only 19 when he played Bobby C., and Barry Miller delivered one of the film's most haunting performances. Desperate for love, aching for validation, Bobby's fate became one of the film's most unforgettable tragedies. Miller went on to prove his talent beyond Saturday Night Fever. He appeared in Fame, in The Chosen, and even won a Tony Award for his stage performance in Biloxi Blues. But fame itself didn't interest him. By the early 2000s, Miller quietly stepped away from acting. Now in his late 60s, he lives far from the spotlight. He rarely appears in public, leaving fans to remember him through Bobby's eyes, searching, hurting, and unforgettable. And while Miller faded into mystery, Donna Pescow embraced the camera and found her second home in television. Donna Pescow, Annette. She was 23, with wide eyes and a heart full of yearning. Donna Pescow became Annette, the girl hopelessly in love with Tony, willing to give everything but receiving only heartbreak in return. Her vulnerability struck a chord with audiences everywhere. Unlike some of her co-stars, Pescow transitioned smoothly into television. She starred in the sitcom Angie, earning recognition as a comedic actress. Years later, she returned to a new generation as the mother in Disney Channel's Even Stevens. Her career spanned decades, her face becoming familiar in living rooms across America. Today, at 71, she continues to perform in theater and remains a warm, beloved figure at reunions and retrospectives. Annette's longing may have broken hearts in 1977, but Donna Pescow's career proved full of laughter, growth, and endurance. And where Annette gave us tears, Double J, played by Paul Pape, brought us grit and swagger. Paul Pape, Double J. Paul Pape was 25 when he became Double J, one of Tony's loyal but flawed friends. His tough demeanor, sharp tongue, and restless energy helped capture the rough edges of Brooklyn youth. After the film, Pape's career spread across film, television, and voice acting. Though he never became a household name, his voice has echoed in animation, video games, and dubbing, unseen but very much heard. Now, at 73, Paul Pape enjoys a quieter life, still occasionally lending his talents to creative projects. Fans who meet him are struck not by his toughness, but by his humility. A far cry from the Double J who roamed Brooklyn's nights. And yet, the crew wouldn't be complete without Joey, Tony's other friend, brought to life by Joseph Cali. Joseph Cali, Joey. At 27, Joseph Cali gave us Joey, a mix of humor, loyalty, and bravado. He added color to Tony's circle, capturing the voice of countless young men of the era. While he appeared in a few films and television roles, his real passion lay in the music industry. He went behind the scenes, building a respected career in production and helping other artists find their sound. Now, at 75, Cali lives a quieter, more private life, far from Hollywood. For fans, Joey remains a snapshot in time, a frozen image of youth, energy, and Brooklyn nights. And from Joey's restless spirit, we move to Tony's family and the brother who left the priesthood, played by Martin Shakar, Frank Monero, Jr. Martin Shakar was already a seasoned actor when he took on the role of Frank Jr., Tony's older brother. His decision to leave the priesthood shocked the family, and his presence in the film reminded audiences that life's choices are never simple. Before Saturday Night Fever, Shakar had worked with Al Pacino in Dog Day Afternoon. Afterward, he enjoyed a respected career as a character actor, both on screen and in the theater. Now, at 85, Shakar has largely stepped back from acting, but his steady moral presence in the film remains etched in memory. He showed that even older brothers stumble, a message that resonated across generations. And while Shakar gave us solemnity, another cast gave us solemnity. Another cast member gave us laughter. The quirky and unforgettable Denny Dillon. Denny Dillon, Doreen, her role was small, but her spark was undeniable. At 26, Denny Dillon played Doreen, adding humor, charm, and a slice of Brooklyn spirit to the story. Dillon's career soon took her to comedy's grandest stage. She joined Saturday Night Live in 1980, where her wit and character work shone. Later, she starred in HBO's Dream On, earning an Emmy nomination and cementing her place as a beloved television actress. Living a quieter life, but forever remembered for the joy she brought. A brief role in Saturday Night Fever became the start of a lasting career built on laughter. And so, as Doreen's smile fades from the screen, we return to the dance floor one last time to reflect on the cast who made Saturday nights unforgettable. 48 years later, Saturday Night Fever remains more than just a film. It is a time capsule, a glittering reminder of a world where youth dreamed big, danced hard, and lived fully. The cast who gave it life are now in their 70s, and David Life are now in their 70s, 80s. Some are still with us. Some have stepped away, and some live only in memory. But together, they left a mark that can never be erased. Their faces may have changed, Their paths may have led them far, but under the far from brook lights of the disco ball, they are forever young. Share your memories of Saturday Night Fever in the comments below, and join us next time as we revisit another timeless cast and another unforgettable story.